Good morning. It is January 11th, which means we're going to talk about the reading from January 10th. And that reading was Genesis 28:6 through 30:24. Did y'all see my hat? Houston Astros world champs 2017. I waited my whole life for that. So sometimes I'll still sport the hat, but it's beside the point. Let's get to what we're reading. Okay, right off the bat, in Genesis 28:13 through 15, we see God restating the promise that he made to Abraham and to Isaac. Now he is stating it to Jacob. It's a promise, and so out to the side I wrote promise. I've mentioned that in the past. It's a great idea to just mark down where promises are, so that when you see them fulfilled, you start establishing this track record, God's track record of keeping his promises. So when you feel like God has told you something, you feel like God has given you a promise, you can go, that's what he does. He keeps his promises, so I can bank on it. But I will tell you that as I was reading this, I thought, Jacob does not deserve that promise. He does not. He's a deceiver, and he's a manipulator, and he has wreaked havoc in his family. But then I go, I don't deserve anything I have either. So whatever. But I think sometimes we get to a point where we can go, we think, yeah, God met me in my messiness in the beginning, and I became a believer back then, and we can accept that. But then I think a lot of times we flip the switch and go, but now I want to be good, and now I want to do all the good things. And so I kind of in this effort to be good enough for God and to try to deserve the relationship. And that is not what God wants. God wants a relationship with us, and it's so much of his blessing is like this. It's unmerited. We don't have to earn the relationship. We don't have to earn the right to have him in our lives, because he chose us. Even when we were, messy people. And so my encouragement to us today is maybe let's not live our lives trying to be good enough to have a relationship with God and be good. That's never the purpose of having a relationship with God. Maybe we can switch over to, you know what, I am going to live my life today as a thanks offering to God for everything that he's done for me. It's not about me earning and being good enough. It's about me thanking him for what he's already given me. And then the next thing I want to focus on is Leah. Don't you just feel so bad for Leah, to have to manipulate herself into a marriage where he loves her sister more, and it's just awful. And I feel so bad for her, and I watch her and I watch her life, and I go, she was just baby after baby after baby after baby. It was an effort to get Jacob to love her. And when she has Judah, I have this hope for her, because she says, now I will worship the Lord. And I said, yay, she's doing it. And then never mind, she never quite gets it. And I wonder, this is what I wonder. I wonder if she could have stopped looking at her children, her blessings, if she could have stopped looking at them as a reward. She keeps calling them a reward for something that she's done, particularly in 30:18, where she talks about, she flat out says, God gave me this baby because of something she had done. And if she could have stopped looking at her babies as a reward for something she had done and looked at them as an unmerited gift, maybe her response would have been true, deep down to the core thankfulness. And then out of that to God, thankfulness to God, and then out of that would have come true relationship with him. And she would have been freer, even in her really uncomfortable and unfortunate circumstances. Because what you see is her trying to do the right thing to try to get Jacob to love her. And like I said, I think we do that. I think we do the right thing. Maybe if I do this, then God will reward me with that. And that's super dangerous, because we can start looking at everything around us, our blessings, as rewards for things that we have done. And that's dangerous, because then it all rests on us, right? If I do this, and that, then I'll get this, and that. And that is not relationship with God. That is not love of God. That is self-serving selfishness. And look, I fall into that big time. And so maybe today we're not spending time with God to try to get something for him, or we're not pursuing him or going to church or whatever, trying to get something. We're doing it simply to know him better, simply to love him better. And so that's what I am going to focus on today, is spending my life and my time with God as a way to get to know him better, love him better, so that then I can go out and love people better, right? And then also to live my life as a thanks offering to him. So I hope that's an encouragement to you. Just hit the 5-minute mark. So let me tell you, I'm not going to do a video over the weekend. I take my weekends off to be with my family. So today's reading, Saturday and Sunday, is Genesis 30:25 through all of 36. So it's about, what is that, 6 chapters? And then also 1 Chronicles 1:35 through 37, 1:43 through 54, and 2:1 and 2. So we'll talk about that on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.